Well, today I want to talk about something I've been dealing with all my life, and I'm sure a lot of other people have. Uh, Self-control. I'm not talking about self-control as in eating or drinking or other things like that. I'm talking about temper, getting upset. Um, I've pretty much been fighting it my entire life. It seems like when I was a little kid and I'd throw a fit, I knew it wasn't right. I knew something was wrong, but it just, you didn't, back then you didn't say anything to anybody. You just go on and uh, keep your mouth shut about it, I guess. It was a different time back then. But uh, all my life, it's been a frustrating and at times embarrassing problem. It's frustrating because when I think I'm going to be cool headed and everything's fine, it just out of the blue, something will set me off. And sometimes it's not even something that matters that much. It can be something stupid, But once I'm off, that's it. It's off to the races with the temper, and it's embarrassing. You look around after you had your little fit or rage or whatever you want to call it, and it doesn't feel good. I look at people after I do it. If I do it in front of people, and uh, I'm just like wondering what's going through their head. Well, this guy's a nut, and which I mean, I try not to care too much about what other people think, but uh, it's still embarrassing. Uh, I've often wondered if it's genetic. Because my father had a terrible temper, and he was a successful guy. He did well with his life, uh, and it was kind of the same with him. I remember little things. I remember my brother overheated a car my dad had, and my dad literally yelled for 45 minutes about it. And I mean, yelled, screaming and yelling, and it was just like nonstop. Uh, I remember that, and that's just one example. I mean, there was hundreds of examples of it, and then something big would happen, and he'd be like, "Oh, okay," like no big deal. So you never knew when it was going to happen, and it's the same way with me. I mean, something pretty big will happen, and I'll sit back like, okay, I'm sure I'll handle it, take care of it somehow, and then some little stupid thing happens, and off I go. I've often wondered if it's a chemical imbalance, if there's some, and the reason I say this is I know a couple people that have it worse than I do. One of my friends has it, and he's a smart guy. He's a good guy, honest, loving person, and when he loses it, it's just like a madman. I mean, I've watched him break the windshield and grill and all kinds of parts of his pickup truck because it wasn't running right. And it was something simple too. I actually fixed it for him. It was an older Ford pickup, and he beat the shit out of the truck. And I'm like, stop, and it was like he didn't hear a word I said. And then I know another guy that he when he gets into a fit, it's almost like he's talking in tongues, and he hurts himself. I mean, he starts flinging stuff around, hits himself with it, and if you yell out his name, it's almost like he comes to, like what, and he stops. It's almost like he was blacked out. And I'm talking about sober people here. I'm not talking about somebody drunk, and going nuts. I'm talking about a sober man, getting into a fit so bad that he is almost incoherent. So I don't have quite that level. So, I mean, I know that this is a problem other people have and have it on a worse level than I do. And I mean, I'd love to help them if there was a way I could. I've even, the guy that blacks out, I've told him, I said, do you realize, you're out. And then when I yell your name, you actually stop and like come to, like somebody woke you up out of something. Uh, I, uh, I just, it's a strange thing. I've read a lot of books. I've studied it, and some of it's helped. I mean, uh, I've tried different techniques. Breathing, deep breathing through the nose, out through the mouth. Meditation, counting. All the little things that I'm sure a lot of you heard of, and all of it to some degree helps. But it still seems like when that certain timing of incidents or just whatever, and the frame of mind is there, it's just like, boom, off you go. I know with people getting me in that mood, a lot of times it's pride. Like, how dare you do that to me, kind of thing. And that's a pride thing. You're letting you're putting your pride out front, and it's like, well, you can't talk to me that way, and or you can't cut me off in traffic. Who do you think you are? Doing that to me. Anyway, with objects, like working on a vehicle and you get frustrated and get ready to throw a fit, what I found works for me is to just stop, go away from it, usually 10 minutes, come back, and a lot of times it's like I automatically see what to do. I mean, it's like I don't even have to think. It's just like, oh yeah, I got to do this. Where 10 minutes ago I was ready to friggin', throw a fit because I couldn't get my mind to focus and walk away and come back and, oh wow, yeah, boom, boom, boom. So those are two ways for me. With the one with the people is the pride thing. Try to just think, hey, maybe they aren't insulting you, and it's just happening, out of some other neglect. And then with the objects, take a break. Um, I also found that getting stuck in the past or focusing too much on the future intensely is not good. It kind of gets you in that frame where you might, be more likely to lose it. And it's okay to analyze the past and analyze what's, in the future, so you're ready or whatever. But staying right in the present has been a big thing for me. I mean, a huge thing. I feel myself getting like, hey, you know what? I'm going down the road in the car. Hey, look, just look at the road, look at the front of the car, and kind of focus on what's happening right in front of you. If just whatever you're doing, just take in what's happening right there in front of you. If you're outside, look at the trees, look at the dog running across the yard. Enjoy that. Let it calm you. And to me, it works. Being in the present is one of the biggest things. Um, and something else, like I said, I did a lot of studying on this, a lot of techniques. And sometimes just take a break from studying it and relax away from it, because I have found that when I pound too much information into my head, that is not good. Sometimes it's just whatever you learned, keep that in your head and try not to keep pounding more and more in your head. Works for me. I mean, it helps me. I'm just bringing all this up in case anybody else has a similar problem and wants to try different things. Like I said, the reading, different books on it, and just on thought and faith is also another thing. I mean, God doesn't want us to be, angry, focus on your faith. Uh, but never give up trying. Just keep trying, no matter when you throw a fit or when I throw a fit. I try to get out of it as fast as I can. And okay, hey, let's pick up right where we left off. Because I have got a lot better over the years, much better. I'm not nearly as bad as I used to be. So I know everything I've been doing over the years, and it seems like, oh yeah, why does it take, you know, 45, 50 years to get rid of a temper? But I mean, it is what it is. Uh, but it's a lot better than it used to be. I think some of it is I stopped drinking 12 years, almost 12 years ago, and they say, and I wasn't like, the kind of person never went, missed work or anything, but, I drank a lot. And they say a person like that does that or what any other mind altering thing, they emotionally don't mature through those years as much. And I think, these last 12 years, well, I haven't done anything other than, you know, live. And I think I have matured a lot in the last 12 years. So I think that helped a lot. Um, Never give up trying. And yeah, hopefully this will help whoever else might have a hot temper out there and doesn't like it. I mean, if you like it, I guess it doesn't matter. But I didn't like mine. I don't like it still because every once in a while I still do it. Uh, it's always been a frustrating and embarrassing thing for me. And anybody else out there has the same problem, I hope maybe got a point or two at from what I've done. Hope it helps you out. Anyway, if this was any good to you, give me a like, and we'll see you next time.